for like old people, and they had, prizes for blackjack. It wasn't actual gambling, but, in between serving drinks, she'd deal blackjack. So the few times I've been around her where there is a blackjack table, she always starts winning, and then guys in suits come over and start looking and start getting mad just because she's dealt blackjack and knows how to win. I mean, these places are completely rigged.
That's right. And that's wrong. And in the early 1960s, Professor Thorpe, I wrote a book on the subject, which I read, and I was a fast study. And I didn't live far from Las Vegas, so I went out over and used it very successfully. He now manages and has managed money for some years. But you can see the synergy between the two. Gambling's gambling.
It's amazing. Let's jam in one call, and I'll come back with more calls after Bob leaves us. Steve in Chicago, you're on the air.
Yes, I'm referencing now two articles, one from Der Stern and the other one from Der Spiegel, Tagesspiegel. And they talk about the disagreement of Geithner. Geithner is in Berlin, or was in Berlin in the last 24 hours, and he's trying to foist a plan of more borrowing on Deutschland, and Wolfgang Schäuble is resisting this. Now, Geithner does not like the German propositions of prohibiting, what do they call that? When you sell, you predict a loss.
Derivatives. Shorting.
Shorting.
We're almost out of time. Let me get a comment from Bob Chapman. Yeah, Germany, at least on the surface, I saw an article he wrote about this, has put some rules in to stop the wolves coming in and trying to destroy their country. Comment on that in the last 30 seconds.
Naked shorting. When you short, you have to have a collateralized piece of paper or a thing to offset the shorting process. It's part of the rules. And they're naked shorting. The professionals, speculators, are doing it without collateralization. The bottom line is it's illegal, it's wrong. Derivatives are not collateralized. They should be done away with. But the bankers don't want to do that, because if you do, the whole system will implode at the wrong time. They want to implode it at the right time. And I hope the Germans don't bend on this. I hope they stick to their guns.
Folks can get a free copy of the International Forecaster at internationalforecaster.com. We'll talk to you soon, Bob. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you all.
I'll be back.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hello, this is Alex Jones with some important questions. If you're going into a battle and they give you a rifle and a sidearm, how much ammunition do you want? My answer would be all I can get. In the battle for freedom and the lives of your loved ones, food is your only ammunition. How much do you want? When do you want it? Now or after the battle starts? When will you need it? Can you buy it without proper identification? Will there be any food? Will it make your children sick? If there's a quarantine and you can't feed yourself, will you go to the gathering center and be immunized? You wipe out all these problems if you have a good food supply. Food is your ammunition to fight for your freedom and your life. How much will you need? We don't know. How much do you want? All you can get. I'm Alex Jones. I want all of you good guys to live to fight another day. Call 1-800-409-5633 or check it out on the web at efoodsdirect.com. Again, that number, 1-800-409-5633.
aerial spraying, chemtrails, the modified atmosphere, heavy metals and pesticides, carcinogens and chemical fibers all falling from the sky. You have a choice to keep your body clean. Detoxify with microplant powder from hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608. It's odorless and tasteless and used in any liquid or food. Protect your family now with microplant powder. Cleaning out heavy metals, parasites, and toxins. Order it now for daily intake and stock it now for long-term storage. Visit hempusa.org or call 908-691-2608 today.
Okay, I want to continue with some of your phone calls and then get more into eugenics and some other little notes I've written here that I want to discuss. Maybe I should just wait till Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. We will be live, even though the holiday's coming up, with the abbreviated Sunday broadcast I've been doing now for 3 years. Been in this time slot for 13 years, been on the air for 15. It's just amazing. I also want to encourage listeners out there who've just tuned in to go to Infowars.com, to the online video bookstore, and to get films like Don't Tread on Me, Invisible Empire, New Order Defined, Police State 4, The Rise of FEMA, the 3 newest films we're offering, 2 of which I produced, 1 of which I directed, because you may know all about the New World Order. You know, you've got a master's degree in it. A lot of you that have been listening to this show and other shows and doing your own shows or blogs for many years. You know, some of you have more knowledge than I have in some areas. I've got more knowledge than some of you in other areas. We're all learning together. But the lady down the street, your boss, your neighbor, your employees, they don't know. They don't know. They may know about states' rights and the Second Amendment, and that's good. They may know about big offshore corporations. They may know politicians are lying to them. But they can't even begin to know that it's on paper that a world government's been set up and that they want to basically carry out world population reduction. And how the banking cartels control the planet. It is so important to educate people now. And the power of you, the people, getting the Obama deception or Invisible Empire or Fall the Republic and making copies of them and giving them to your state house members and giving it to local doctors and your rabbi or your pastor or your imam or your, I don't know what the animists worship, to your rock. You could bring, if you're an animist, you could bring the DVD to the rock. I'm sorry, I was being sarcastic. The point is, we need to reach out to influential people with the truth of what's going on. I mean, I've proven there's FEMA camps. I've proven they're training to confiscate our guns 100% in The Rise of FEMA, the new film. We prove there's a world government being set up and then it's authoritarian and undemocratic in Invisible Empire. It's all available at Infowars.com. And yes, your purchase funds the news websites, the radio show, the future films, the TV program I'm setting up and developing it. I mean, we built our own studio. I've got to do a tour of that in the next week, shoot some video, show you what we've built. You know, the building's done from an empty warehouse. Now I've got to fund putting all the equipment in. So your purchases of the books, the videos, the T-shirts, the materials also funds our operation. So Infowars.com or 888-253-3139 to call and ask about the free film deals and discounts and combo deals we have as well when you call. Okay, let me run through a few headlines, and I'm going to go to Eddie, Dan, Truth Patriot, Dean, and Eric, at least those calls. Rise of the New Right, MSNBC documentary cites Alex Jones, Rand Paul as extremist. It's a Steve Watson article. It's up at GCNlive.com, and it's got the trailer for the TV show coming out where they really demonize the American people and imply that wanting to take your country back is somehow terrorist. But what do you expect from Chris Matthews? He says you're a racist if you're against the government running your health care. Do whatever they say or they'll call you a racist. Just hand those guns in. Things will be much better. They want to take care of you. They're really loving liberals. They're not even liberals, folks. These are control freak, psyop individuals trying to make you feel guilty to give up your freedoms. Important article also up on GCNlive.com. Ron Paul defends Rand against concerted corporate media attack. He says, it sure didn't take long for the entire establishment to attack my son Rand in the days after he won the Kentucky Senate primary. And he goes on to say, as I left Kentucky last week, I was both happy for Rand and anxious for what I knew would be coming at him soon. But it came sooner than even I feared. It's like when he was trying to get back in Congress in 96, they got on air and said, Ron Paul wants to give cocaine to children. I remember the TV ads. And I had him on in 96, and he explained that wasn't the case. He was for drug decriminalization. And he explained how